Hello my fellow riders, today we're going to be riding the Zontes 125U series. Now this bike in particular was actually bought off of Cheap Bikes R Us by one of my subscribers. The subscriber shall be nameless because this bike did not last very long. It was his fault, it wasn't the bike's fault, and at the end of the video I'll tell you how many days it actually lasted. But let's get on with the test ride. So the U125 series from Zontes is the new Euro 5 motorbike. It's priced at £2,899.99 plus £100 on the road, and at the minute, for a Chinese motorcycle, this is the most powerful 125 you can get legally. Now even if you go for the Japanese bikes, the Honda, the Kawasaki and all that, legally in the UK they can't be any more powerful than this one. So you could go and spend £5,000–6,000 on a Japanese bike or get the same performance out of this one, which is a Chinese bike, but there isn't really any such thing as a Japanese small capacity bike anymore. They're all made in Taiwan, China, Malaysia and Brazil. You can still get a large capacity bike from Japan, but only the larger ones. Now as you can see, this bike has quite a lot of get up and go. I managed to get it up to 68 miles an hour just for a short period, but I'm pretty sure that once it's all running, loosened up and everything, you should be able to get 60 miles an hour, like on a long run, just sitting at 60 and then peak out. But I'm imagining educated estimation, should be somewhere around the region of 75 to, you might even touch the 80 miles an hour. Now for a £3,000 bike, this one has a lot to go with it. All the lights are LED, it has keyless security, which means keyless entry. As long as the key is in your pocket or somewhere on your person and you are not within 3 meters of the bike, you can start the bike. If you're over 3 meters, you can't start it. But if you start the bike while you're close and then I walked 10 meters away, the bike still ran. So I'm not sure at what point the bike will actually cut out if you're not sitting on it. So it comes with an aluminium swing arm, which helps reduce the weight, a stainless steel exhaust system, which helps resist corrosion, USB charging point. The charging point on this is in quite a weird position. It's actually where the right hand fork is on the inside of the panel. So unless your USB is fairly flush, you might find that you're going to knock it with the steering on that. It's got a slipper clutch and a Bosch ABS system. Now 125s don't require by law ABS. You do get it on the more expensive ones like the Lambrettas. I think it's a Lambretta or Royal Alley has ABS. But on a 125 is not a legal requirement. So legally a 50 has no braking help. A 125 has combined braking, and anything above that has to have ABS. So this one does come with the ABS, which is better. So we can go through a little bit of the spec. It is a 125cc, and that is a Bosch EFI system. 12.5 litre tanks, that's quite big. Usually they're about 9. So you're going to get a little bit more out of this than you would say Lex Motor or a Zontes or a Keyway RKF, you should be able to get 400 to 450 miles to the gallon on this. Remember, it's got the 6th gear, so the 6th gear will help you quite a lot in number one, long duration motorway miles, all that sort of stuff. It's better for the engine to have that 6th gear. It means there's what does it mean? It means that you can cruise at a higher speed using lower RPM because it's got an extra step of gear to help you out there. It's got US upside down forks and a mono shock, ABS Bosch system on front and back, and it is a little bit taller than the Keyway RKF. The Keyway RKF is 770mm to the seat height. The Zontes is 790. Now in 2019, my favourite bike was the Zontes U series. My favourite bike of 2019 was the Scrambler, and that was also a 6 gear 14.4 horsepower bike, and that was really nice. That was massively over torqued on the back wheel, so they had a massive sprocket on that to reduce the power, but that was really nice. And I bet if you changed the rear sprocket on that, you would have got 80 miles an hour out of it. My favourite bike of 2020 was the Keyway RKF, and my favourite bike this year, I'm pretty sure, is going to be this bike, just because when we got it out of the box to PDI, we were just quite gobsmacked at the quality of everything. There's quite a lot of bits on this that are also on the 250 as well, so everything on this bike is slightly more beefed up. It comes in grey and orange, and there's quite a lot of nice stuff on it. The rear light's LED, the front light's projection LED, and it has really bright LED indicators. Now when we actually get the next one out of the box, I will be doing a full look round video, the same as what I did on the Zontes RKF last week. Not Zontes, I'm getting all my names mixed up. The Keyway RKF last week. Sorry, it's been a long week. So this is a just under £3,000 on the road bike. You could get something very similar to this in one of the Japanese-esque motorbike series, which is going to be pretty much the same standard of build, same power output, same sort of tyres. These are Zontes tyres, and Zontes has its own factory where they make just Zontes bikes, so usually the bikes that come out of there are really, really good. The 350 version that was like this, they had a 310, and they put it up against a BMW 310, and that was a year or so ago. And the motorcycle news people said that the Zontes version was quite a lot superior to the BMW. So take what you will out of that, but they are a very good high spec Chinese factory. Another couple of things that this one has: everything's electric. All the gizmos are electric. So the fuel tank is on an electric switch, and the seat is also on an electric switch. The battery that comes with this bike is a lead acid battery, but it is massive, and I believe when you actually go and need to replace it some many years in the future, you might only be able to get it off of them, because it's not a normal shaped battery. So I've babbled on too much now, and I'll let you get on with watching the last part of this video. I did say that I'd tell you how long this bike lasted. So this customer came in and bought the bike on the Thursday, I think it was Thursday, and he came back on the Tuesday after the bank holiday, and yeah, he had written off his bike by then. He brought it to us, we did an evaluation on it, and we could see that the bike had £2,000 worth of damage, including labour and parts and all that. All the front headlight was smashed, the forks were bent, the yoke might have been bent, but the main problem we think on this one was the frame. I think got a little bit twisted as well. So he said that he wasn't concentrating and he hit a car. I don't know if it's parked or whatever, but he hit the side of the car. He did quite a bit of damage to the rear of the car and he writ off his bike. Sadly, I think this probably means that he's going to go over to driving cars. But he knows who he is. I'm not going to say who he is. So. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you tune in next time so that you can see the view of me going around the bike and explaining everything. This is just something that I had to do. He wanted his bike quickly. He wanted me to do a video on it. So this is what we have. So as I said, subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, but as always, ride safe.